everybody. Our video to go over day 3 of your real life simulation. So starting on day 3, you're actually going to fill out your check register. So you should just be able to use this checks to write for month 1 because you did that the previous day. So, and I don't have them filled out anymore, but you should have this filled out from the day before. So the first thing to start with though is your pay. So you have to do what's your paycheck deposit, and so it'll go in this deposit column here, and then that'll turn into your balance. So you have to go up to, if you're not sure, go back up to your personal information sheet and go on the income part, and whatever it says for the monthly net salary, that's what you'll put in. So I'm going to pretend that I'm doing, I don't know, let's do $2,500. And then that turns into my balance. So in reality, you'd maybe have a little bit in your, hopefully, register, but we're just going to go with that and see where you're at. So, and then the dates, you can change these. And when you fill in the date, just do whatever date you're working on it. It's just so that you're filling it in. So I'm doing this, 2/24. Okay, so then I have that first piece done. And then from there, you're going to just hop on and just go to car payment, and then you're just going to start doing each one of these. So each line on here is one that you're going to fill out in your register. But reminder, some of these, like your personal care and your entertainment, those are clumping a bunch of different things together, if that makes sense. So don't just go, oh yeah, I'm writing it to Target, Walmart, and that's all it is. Okay, so we'll get to that. But if my car payment, say I wrote in like US Bank in here, and then my car payment was like $200. Okay, so that's what I'm going to pretend. So I'm going to say my transaction. I'm not going to put car payment because you would write it to the actual place that you're paying it to. So I would have US Bank, and now this is a withdraw, and so I'm going to put $200. Okay, and then I would go, and you could start subtracting this stuff if you want to as you go. My preference, and I'll do it, it would just be 2,300, right? Oops, sorry, shouldn't be putting in a deposit. So it would be 2,300. Okay, when I prefer to do this is I just add everything and then I do the math at the end. To me, it's just more efficient that way, but you can do it however you would like. So I just did it there just to show you right away. And then you're like, okay, this is where I'm at. This is where I'm going. I got $200 less in my account because I'm paying my bills. So it's just like real life. So, and then I go up, and next is my car and rental insurance, saying we're having them combined. So if I'm like, okay, I have Allstate insurance, and maybe it's costing me, so I'm going to put Allstate on here. I don't know, I'm going to say maybe $150. Okay, so I do that. Oh, and then making sure I'm putting in my dates. I can just kind of copying and paste them for whatever I'm filling out, right? I might even just go down and do this. Okay, maybe not too far in case I have more than I need. Okay, so, and then again, I prefer to just do the math later. And then this check mark on here, normally you do something with the check mark. This is a reminder when you see if the stuff cleared your bank. We won't do that part here, so don't worry about the little check mark piece. We won't use that because we won't have an actual online bank account to reference. So again, then I just go back up onto here. Now I have my my rent. So it'll be ABC Properties, and then whatever your rent is. I'm going ABC Properties. And then I'm going to say for pretend, let's say my rent is $600. I have a roommate, we've got a nice place. Okay, so you can see, I don't think I need to go over each one of these. You can kind of see what to do. Again, all of these things should be on here. Again, you should have filled in all of this stuff, the amounts and the place to write it to if there's options from yesterday. If you're not sure, go back and look at day 2's video. And then reminder when you get to groceries, that's the amount doubled from your meal planning assignment. So look back at what that was if you didn't have it on your personal information sheet. And then, but minimum is $3.50. But if yours was more, then use the amount that you had on there. And then gas station, you pick your gas station, and then you fill in the amount for month 1 that you calculated on your car assignment that you should have on your RealLife or information sheet. And then personal care, again, you're going to estimate. You don't have to look back at anything. You can just think about how you, maybe and or your parents in real life spent money on like Walmart, Target, Amazon stuff. Maybe ask them. Maybe you don't know how many boxes arrived at your door. Did you get your hair cut or highlights or nails done? Did you spend any money on that last month or within this last month? If so, put some in for that. Did you buy any clothing? Pet expenses, like if you feel like you're going to have pets, then you need to account for feeding them and haircuts if they need those, all of those things. Litter if you have cats. Okay, so think about all of that. And I have a minimum of $50 a month. That's really low, just for an FYI. And a lot of you are like, but I don't spend money at those places. You will. When you're on your own, you will. So just kind of keep that in mind. So lump that stuff together. So like I get a lot of times people are like, wow, I don't know. If you're questioning your on here, that's where like on your, I don't want you looking necessarily at your budget sheet. Your budget sheet is like, this is your goals, right? But like all this stuff, not your groceries and not the dining out, but the like beverages and snacks out, the clothing, Walmart, Target, Amazon, Salon, Barber, pet supplies. It's kind of lumping all of that into one area just so you don't have as much to like write in multiple times. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And then the same thing applies to the entertainment. So any of the things you'd spend on entertainment that is just like, I'm doing this for fun, whatever that is, would go into here. So if you go out to movies and you download like musics or games, make sure you're putting that in. If you're doing like camping, hiking, hunting, road trips, like any other entertainment, could be even purchasing books. That's what you really like, okay? So then keep doing that. And then I just have the 100 down for David's Bridal because you're in that. We talked about that before. Miscellaneous card is you have to draw this in class. So a reminder, it'll tell you kind of what to put for that, or it'll give you an idea of what the topic is about, and you can write something based on the topic, and it'll give you an amount for that. Eating out, again, pick the restaurant, write it out, minimum 30. Do more if you're going to eat out more than like 2. $30 is like eating out twice or maybe 3 times, depending on how cheap you are going to be about it. 4 if you're ordering a $1 menu, but even that sometimes it won't stretch it. Okay, and then reminder, the savings and investment is optional. So if you get down to close to the bottom here, if you get down to that and you still have, and like you're in the negative, then don't do that. Don't put it in the savings investments because you're just going to go in the negative to do it, and you don't want to do that. Okay, and also it's okay to go in the negative. Normally what you do is you'd probably be using your credit card instead, which is not good, but you don't want to get a bunch of late fees and stuff on your debit and your checking account. So that's usually what people do, but I don't want you to have to. That makes it easier on the assignment to just go in the negative, and then at the very end, say you're in the negative. So if I get down to here, and I'm like 224, and I have my last thing is what here, eating out. Okay, so if I say, I don't know, let's see, maybe my daughter's favorite is Olive Garden. Let's go with that. Okay, when we go to Olive Garden and we spend $30 at Olive Garden. Oops, I put in the deposit. I keep doing that. $30 at Olive Garden, and maybe we were already in the hole and we went in the hole more because we ate out, which is not advisable to do. You should not eat out if that's the situation, but that's what a lot of people still do. So if I'm in the negative, I want to put like a little negative symbol, so the minus symbol, and then the amount that I'm negative. So I would put like maybe we've got $300 in the negative. Some of you might be so far upside down, you might be like 1,000 negative or 800. It's okay. Don't worry about it. We're going to fix it for the next month. But this is to see, like this is the practice to see, oh, this is how this works. I need to make a budget and actually look at this stuff before I find an apartment and before I do all these things so I make sure I can actually afford it, and getting practice with adjusting if you need to as you go. So that's the whole point of this, is that you learn this stuff now as opposed to when you're out on your own and it's like real money. Okay, so if I have negative 300, what I want you to do, this is at the end. So keep just going in the negative on here so you don't have to, because I'm going to have you charge it to your card. So you're just going to transfer it to like your credit card instead. Like we're pretending you used your card the whole time, right? I'm going to put charging to card, credit card, and then we're going to pick one. So I'm going to just put like Chase and put it down there, charging to the credit card, and then that is actually a deposit, right? Because it's saying I'm charging to the card, so all that negative is kind of going away. So, and I want you to just do it till it gets you to 0. So I'm doing like a deposit of 300 and making it 0. Okay? Then while you do this, or also if you have like savings, say if I put money into savings, maybe I put $30 into, oops, that's 300, $30 into savings. So I just want to show, like, while you're doing this, what do you do? I'm also going to scroll way down. So I have $300 that I'm charging for credit card, and I'm putting $30 into my savings. So I'm going to scroll way down here. There's an account summary sheet. I know it's on day 7, and this is where we'll come back and we'll go over it, but it's nice if you can just follow along as you do it and put it in. So on here, I do transaction date, and I do 2/24 because that's just the date that it is for me. You do your own, and then deposit $30, and then now my balance is $30. Okay, if in the next month you need that $30, you can take it out. Okay, same with investments, but you can't take it out. You're just depositing it. You'd pay like penalties for that, so it's not really an option I give you. And then on here, I would put 2/24. Charges is going to be my $300, and my balance is $300 that I now need to pay off. Okay, you will only always have on each line, you'll only have a deposit or a withdrawal. Like if I'm later, if I go back and I'm like, oh no, I didn't want to do that, I could be like, oh, I'm actually going to take $20 out. Now I only have 10 here. Okay, so you only always have on one line one thing. Same here, my next piece, like maybe later, if I'm working on this, when I'm getting onto the other one, maybe I'm doing not 30 because we don't have that one, 229. Maybe, and I have to make a payment the next month, right? So maybe I make a payment of $50, and then this turns down to $250. So that's just kind of a little bit of how that looks. I'll go over it in more detail at the end, on day 7, actually. But just so you can keep ahead of that, I think is helpful. Okay, so that is your day 3. And then on day 4, we will work on setting new goals and looking at how you spent, and then redoing the budget sheet. But that's it for now. Have a great day.